Greetings, Flosstube, and welcome back to the Mindful Needle. My name is Dawn, and I'm joining you from my favorite stitching chair here on my four-season porch in hot, muggy Michigan. Hopefully, my fan here won't be too much of a nuisance or a disturbance here, but I have to have something to keep me cool today. So, welcome back, and let's get right to stitching. Actually, first off, I want to apologize. Last week I had so much trouble with my video. First of all, I did it on a Wednesday. It was a day later than usual, and then I fought with my video editor to add my opening screen and my final screen and all the little things I like to add in. You know, if I forget something, I like to put it along the bottom or whatever so you get the information. And I fought and I fought and I fought with that software last week, and finally I just gave up and uploaded it so that you guys would have something. So I apologize for that, and hopefully I'm crossing all my fingers and toes and everything that hopefully this week I won't have so much trouble with it. So here's hoping. So on to stitchy business. Let's see. Last week I showed you my finished pillow, my girl and her two cats sampler that I finished into a pillow. And I have finally sewn the bottom shut, so the stuffing's not coming out now. So this is completely finished, and I have the design completely put together into a PDF downloadable booklet, and it is up on my website, which is listed below. So it is available for purchase if you're interested in stitching this. So that's all set and ready to go. And I've been trying to work on my spring tree in my four-season tree series, and I've been struggling with that one. So I have kind of set it to the side a little bit, and I've just been doing a little bit of stitching for myself this week. So, and sometimes that helps, just getting my mind off of what I'm struggling with and concentrating on something else for a little while, and then when I go back to what I was struggling with, I can usually figure it out. So here's hoping. But in the meantime, this week I have been working on it's called Freedom Reigns, and it's from Silver Creek Samplers. And I love the old barn. It says, "The bell proclaims on Liberty Hill, freedom reigns and always will." The only thing I'm having problems with is I cannot find my grasshopper and moss. You need the darker moss for the leaves. And I know I have them. And can I find them? I have no idea where they're at. I've been tearing my house apart. And I thought, well, okay, fine. I'll just go buy more. No big deal. Can I find anybody who has grasshopper in stock? No. I don't know what it is. I guess everybody needed grasshopper, so it's gone. So I have to keep searching my house. But in the meantime, I have managed to stitch the barn. I do have to finish the doors, and then I have to fill in, I believe it's Classic Colorworks Honeydew is the color that will go in between all the stripes. And then I have to fill in the windows. And then of course I have all that green. So I can move on to the words and finish off the flag a little bit. But so hopefully this week I will find my grasshopper and moss floss so that I can continue working on that. All right, so in my searching, I came across a plastic bin that I have, and I opened it up, and what do I find inside but several finished pieces that I've stitched that I need to fully finish. So now I'm thinking maybe this week is going to be full of finishing. So one of the first things I found I really enjoyed stitching this one. I picked up this pattern 2 years ago in St. Charles when I was at Needlework Galleria. And it is from Needle Bling Designs. It's called Off to Market. And I just love the little scarecrow guy driving the little truck with the pumpkin. I stitched it in all the call for colors, except I know I changed the pumpkin to an overdyed, and I think it was one of Romy's creations that I had picked up at Market, but I can't remember what it was and I didn't write it down. So, anyway, and I'm going to tell you right now, I cannot tell you what this fabric is. It is just something I found in my stash and it worked out great. But here is my little scarecrow going off to market with his pumpkin. And I'm not sure how I'm going to finish this yet. I'm thinking either a flat that I can hang or maybe a pillow. I don't know. Still kind of trying to decide what I want to do with it, but it was definitely a fun stitch and it went pretty quick. So that was a good one. So I got to finish it because, you know, fall is coming. It's right around the corner and I'm getting ready to do my fall decorating. I'll be happy. Hopefully that means cooler weather is around the corner. It's been unbearably hot. And my dad and I decided that yesterday would be a great day to clean his garage mats and his garage floor. And we were nuts. We were crazy. So we did it, and it was really hot. And I got home, and I was tired and sweaty, but I figured, well, now's as good a time as any to do a couple of things here that I wanted to do. So I got out and worked in my poor shade garden that no longer has shade because our tree was taken down. So I started ripping out the ground cover so I could see what plants I have that I can move, that I can salvage. So while I was working on that, I also took out my little palette pumpkins that I showed you last week that I got at Joann's, and I thought, I'll paint those and then they can dry in the sun. And I thought that'd be great. So I started off by painting them with some acrylic craft paint, and it doesn't show up as bright. It's not transferring as well, but this is a really bright orange that I had. And I don't know what I used it for, but it's bright. It's really bright. So I knew that it was going to be too bright for my pumpkins, but I thought it's a place to start. So I painted them orange. Let them dry while I'm, of course, ripping plants out of my garden. So once they were dry, I came back and I had brown. So I took the brown and I put some in a cup or a little plastic container, and I started adding water to it. And then I'd stir it all up, and then I'd try it out on a popsicle stick to see if I liked it. And once I got it watered down enough, then I painted it over top of the orange. Of course, I started with the backs of my pumpkins to make sure I was going to like what was happening before I did the fronts. But so what I did is I painted them, and the small one I wiped off right after I put the paint on. So I took a cloth and wiped it. So this one's a little more orange, but the orange has been toned down. Then the larger one, I didn't wipe off as quickly. I waited a little bit. So it came out darker. And I really like both of them. I'm really happy with how they came out. Now, this down here is a mess. But what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go back and actually paint the bottom completely brown. But I'm also thinking that these need leaves. Not sure if I'm going to make something out of felt or paper or just paint them on, but I think I want to add some kind of leaves to these. But I think they're going to be really cute. So in that box of finished stitching that needs to be fully finished, I found a sweet little pumpkin that I did from JBW Designs. And she's going to kill me if I get this wrong because I know she watches my videos because I work for her. So, but I believe that this is French Country Pumpkin. And it's just, it's really cute. All the little different fall motifs make up the pumpkin. So I'm thinking this is the perfect size to go on this small pumpkin. So I think I'm going to mount this on some mat board or comic board and then attach it to my pumpkin and give it a cute little, I don't know if I'll use rickrack or something to kind of go around it. So hopefully next week I'll have that to show you. Ah, it's starting to rain. I don't know if that's gonna if it gets much harder, I know it will transfer over and you'll be able to hear it, but it is starting to rain. So actually, I think that is about it for this week because I don't have any other finished pieces to show you. I don't have any plans to start anything new except to get my spring tree finalized and start stitching on that. So maybe next week we'll see a spring tree and hopefully I'll have the start of the summer tree and then I can finish off that tree series. So, but then I know there'll be progress on my Freedom Reigns from Silver Creek Samplers. Well, I thank you for joining me today and I look forward to seeing you all next week. I hope everybody stays well and healthy and that you're having a wonderful summer, and we'll see you next time. Happy stitching.